hope you didn't get too drunk last night. Robot restaurant, right, some of you. Hopefully we can share some of the ideas that we've been doing in Japan. Also, globally as a Toninga company, we always have a collection. Then we need to translate that to Japanese hair, which is sometimes a little bit of a difficulty, but we always like to have a challenge. So before we go on to the actual hair, just want to talk about a little bit about the situation in Japan, which could be a little bit more on the business side, but just really briefly before we go on to the actual hair. So can we please have the slides, please? Basically, one of the things that when I first came back to Japan was really shocked because the amount of the time we spend on training, then how much we can charge on the haircut was nothing like I was in the UK, and the amount of the money they spend on the treatment and so on to get the service, I couldn't get it because sometimes you work for 5 years to be on the floor, then you only charge in like 3,000 yen for a haircut. But first year system, when they do the treatment, they can charge like about 10,000 yen for treatment. Then that's only training for 1 month. So I was kind of shocked this didn't kind of meet with the amount of training we do. So what's the value in Japanese hair? So basically what I wanted to share with you is obviously we know a little bit about the population, 125 million people in Japan, and 99.9999 can go on forever, we got this coloured hair. So to go live is really hard work. So hope you guys can appreciate a little bit about our bleaching. So it takes forever because you only got 6% of the peroxide. So that's our regulation. So we've got some Wella products that are only made for Japan, which our technician will talk about it. But what I want to talk about first of all is the most important value that I felt from a European side to Japanese, which I talked about with the treatment situation. Everyone wants that shiny, it doesn't make sense a little bit, but shiny and moisturized hair. And everybody wants to have like really, really shiny hair and moist, and that was it. That's been going on since the 10th century, 11th century, really long hair, always shiny, so that's been always in fashion, no matter what. So I was trying to change it, but I thought that was a bit silly. So I went in to study the market a little bit more, and what I found out was the average spent in the salon all over Japan is only 6,000 yen per visit, which is nothing, right? That includes cut, colour, perm, treatment. So that's nothing, and I was like, oh my god, how can I make money? But it's been a little bit of a shock to me when I found out these numbers, and luckily with us Toninga Japan, our average spent from the clients per visit is about just over 10,000 yen. So that's a little bit better than the market, which I'm quite pleased about. Then when we look at the market here, it's slightly overpopulated. We've got 240,000 salons in Japan. It's a little bit more than 7-Eleven. So, do we need more than that? Which, quite, I won't say too much, otherwise they kill me. But I mean, it's a little bit hard because there's so many salons here, and mostly they're like 2 or 3 people gathered together. But when we look at the bigger salons, again, we've got more than 80,000 salons around. So it's a big competition here, so naturally the price will drop. So a bit like a Uniqlo situation, they do good things cheaper, and like 1,000 yen haircuts, it's gone quite big here. They've got more than 600 branches, this, that, the other stuff. So we always try to go to the other end, so go more nicer service and nicer products, nicer finish, and also brand image. So that's the only way to fight against the cheaper side, but still it can be quite tough, and the cost of employees quite high. So I'm hoping for the robots to come along, which is lack of students too. That's what I'm kind of joking, but I'm serious at the same time. Because 240,000 salons, we only got 10,000 graduates. So we fight for it, and one of the chain of the salons, a friend of mine, he's got about 250 salons here, and he spent just over 10 million yen, no, 100 million yen to get 100 recruits. So that's quite a lot of money to get the recruits. So this is kind of situation we're in now. Sorry, not trying to make you depressed, but it's a really serious situation here. And where I see the culture is treatment, damage care, head spa, scalp care is quite a high percentage of our salon. But this is nationwide actually. My side wasn't that good, so it's 33.4% of the client does the treatment and pay more than the haircut, which is pretty good. And also the scalp care, about 60% of people do it. So I think it's quite high amount of people again wants to make their hair shiny and sort of a little bit almost like when you look at them, they use a lot of oils and stuff. So when I asked the manager of UK, the treatment service of the whole income was about 2% of the total sale of the year. With us, it's about 8.8%. So this is the culture in it. In Japan, I don't see a lot of people value the haircut so much anymore. That was passed in sort of 80s, but now I feel them more again looking at the is my hair damaged or not is most importantly for the mass kind of market. So that's well, we always have to face it. Then again, try to do our collection, try to work with the fashion week. So just before we go on to the haircuts, I just want to introduce one of my friends, and also is based in Japan, education director from Southern Hemisphere. I want to welcome Bill Watson on stage. Bill has a massive role from about Turkey eastwards. He's looking after the about 40 countries.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, on his own. So it's a tough job to do.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. And every now and then, so Bill's here, so we get to work together, and worked on Fashion Week, worked on various shoots for Japanese magazine. And then he sees the Japanese market. So I just want, from a kind of Bill's point of view, how he actually sees Japanese kind of hair trend.
Yeah, cool. It's been a long journey. I mean, I first came to Japan about 18 years ago, did my first show here. And to be honest, it was love at first sight. It's an incredible city. Tokyo is just dynamic in ways that I'd never imagined existed. Only in Blade Runner, when I saw that in the big screen, I imagined this sort of creativity could be of one city. Let's get straight into it. What do Japanese find beautiful? These are the top most beautiful women in Japan. So this is what Japanese see organically as a form of beauty to them. Probably when you compare them to other national figures for other countries, dare I say it, some of you might go, oh, they're a bit plain. Yeah, they're a little bit underdressed, it's understated. This is organically what they see as beautiful. When I talked to Hide and his father before him, and trying to understand Japanese taste, it was like, what do they value? What is important to them? And one word kept on coming up, and that's it's organic. And as for some of you who have wandered around the city already, you'll find outdoor camping stores in the middle of downtown Tokyo. You'll find surfboard shops in the middle of downtown Tokyo. They're actually organically obsessed. They love nature. They love all the values of nature. And this is represented through what it sees as beauty to them. If I go to the next slide, Hide, we'll move quite quickly because we're going to do some live work as well. We talk about influences. I think at the moment, we'll come up to it in a minute, social media, of course, has got the whole world in a stranglehold. You know, the idea of how many followers have you got, who's like me today, and all this. It's become sort of Insta-famous. The Japanese have a word for it. They call it Insta-bae, which means that you look good online. Yeah, maybe not in real life, but you look good online. I think the Japanese make a joke of it because they're so used to the technology. You know, when we first used to come here 16 years ago, our phones didn't work because their technology was an advance of ours. You know, you don't get off the plane, there'd be four of us on the flight and turning on the phone, and who's got reception? So I think in a weird way, they've learned to live with this juxtaposition of putting very modern with very young, or very old, I should say. One of the figures that Hide talked about, this 125 million people. You're in the moment in a city of 38 million, the most densely populated city in the world. 1 in 4 Japanese is over 65. So it's got a unusual mass that formulates their taste. This is why you can turn a corner in the middle of Shinjuku last night and see a lady in full kit kimono. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, have you seen them yet? You just bow because it's like an art form breathing, isn't it? And this is how this modern and young, through these influences, have taken place. But to give it some scale, when I talk in our office here to our staff, not many of them were on Instagram, and so I looked online, and it's actually not had the impact here in Japan and the weight as it has in the Western world. It's interesting that they look to these through other formats of communication, not just in online, but through live TV. It's quite amazing here. All these girls are on this TV every night, isn't it? So they live with these styles, not just as a visual. Next one, Tom. If we look at this is probably more what we're used to when we think about Japanese creativity. You know, the Harajuku girls. The interesting thing for me was this has been through cycles. I suppose Yogi Park was a name I heard when I was 21. And I heard it when I was 21 in New Zealand because it was about these rockabillys dressing up in the park and dancing their ass off once a week. And suddenly you realise that it was because of the working culture. You know, back then Japan was working a 7-day week. Maybe you had one day off if you were lucky. So to these young people, extreme forms of dress was a way of creating freedom. Same thing happened during industrial England. You know, post-World War II, you have a whole youth rebel through what they wear because they have no, almost be like no future. But probably for me, the interesting thing at the moment with this Harajuku taste coming back to life is these guys are 16 or 17. We have girls in this area, as low, one I've seen is 6 years old online, and she's an influencer. So if you're in that area in the next couple of days, late at night, the shop's closed, the shopping's over at about 8 or 9, don't go, because that's when these tribes come out. These kids dress up to go to that area. So, trend report, they're not interested. They're about shaking up the taste they saw yesterday, not wearing the same thing twice. It almost harks back to a very early 80s approach that we saw happening in London and England. You know, it's about not being a copy of anything, but being an original. Next one, Tom. What are we up to? Alrighty, so these are the it girls, the top models from Japan. On a biological question, I remember many years ago, when we come and hang out with Hide, we were sitting in a cafe, and you know, Japanese women are very beautiful, and I said to him, why aren't there more Japanese top models? And he said,